Welcome, Massive Beers. My name's Matt. We do the beer stuff here. A little bit of Montana up in this business in the form of Montucky cold snacks. Yeah, I don't know. This beer was sent to me by not really the brewery. It was sent by a PR firm who represents, I believe, the brewery. I didn't really know much about it. It says here the official, unofficial beer of Montana. They don't even give you, I don't think, an ABV in here. I looked it up. It's 4.1, I believe. And what I can glean from this is actually, brewery started as just a straight up, just like chugger brewery, making essentially one beer. I think they made a seltzer at one point, but 2012, but they were purchased by the same company that owns High Noon Seltzer. So for what I can get is American Adjunct Lager. And that's all you get on here. The only thing it says on here, besides just the kind of the name and a little bit of information, is that 8% of this beer goes back to local causes. Don't know what that is, but that's pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna drink it. We'll see what it is and go from there. So yeah, give it a pour. See what we got. So yeah, I'm expecting just beer flavored beer. We could be surprised, but we'll see what happens with what label has. All right, it kind of like has like a kind of Patagonia kind of vibe to it. I ain't hating on a label. Not gonna sit here and say it's my favorite label of all time, but at the same time, yeah, not too shabby. And I tell you what, that looks like what you'd expect from macro lager. I mean, it just has this super clear beer colored beer to it. That's straw and color. Nothing as far as haze goes. Nice little slightly fizzy carbonation to it. Pinky finger of head. It looks the part of light lager. Let's put that out there because it's a really big stretch. Give it a whirl. Let's give it a nose. Okay, malt forward for sure. Big Pilsner malt kind of pop. Might be a little bit of adjuncty in there, maybe a little bit of graininess, riciness, a little. I don't think there's like a corn base to it. It smells pretty much like grain based, though. It smells very much like a bright and snappy kind of Pilsner malt. Really no kind of hop representation on the nose. But what it does smell like is really clean macro lager esseness with a grain forward kind of build to it. Again, keep that 4% in mind. So we're talking about just a brighter kind of Pilsner malt, super clean, no off flavor or anything like that, at least aromatically. We're here. We're done and done on it. There's really not much else other than let's just dive in this sucker. See what it's got. Cheers, y'all. Yeah, very much malt forward. Sweeter. I walk back my statement about maybe there isn't adjuncts in here. It has very much kind of like a rice, not very much a corn vibe to it. Very much like maybe there is a little bit of rice malt in here. It's a little bit of sweeter kind of sake vibes, but it's not overtly sweet for the style. Very much a malt forward beer. Really, the hop presence in this are pretty much like 0 to none. There's a little bit of balancing bitter in here. It's very, very basic. Nothing too even noteworthy to even talk about. But outside of that little bit of a unique, or shall I say, kind of showy kind of malt bill on it, there's really not much else to it. Now, we can take that and we can talk about it in two ways. Well, I wish it was a little bit more of this, a little bit more like that. This is kind of positioning itself to be a super chugger macro lager. And that, it does accomplish that. Are there ones that I dig better than this? Yeah, I'm Team High Life all the way. And there's ones I might go for a little bit more than this. But it's very well made. There's really no off flavor here. That little bit of extra sweetness, that little bit of what I perceive as like a little kind of corny sweetness, or sorry, it's not corny sweetness, rice style kind of sweetness, might off-put a couple different people if you're really kind of like against those kind of grains being in a beer. But even if that's not the case, even if it's all strictly malt-based, there is a bit of residual sugar here. That could be it also. So maybe if someone really doesn't want that little extra dollop of sweetness on their kind of chugger lagers, chugger clean beers, that might kind of put them off. But for me, I'm cool with it. I'm here for it. I can drink it. You give me a tub full of these on ice at a barbecue, I'm drinking a bunch. It's easy. It's inoffensive, but it's also not something I sit here and dissect. like I'm doing right now. Yeah, well made, clean, crisp, snappy, chugger beer, chugger American Adjunct Lager. The guy keeps saying American Adjunct Lager. I don't know if there's anything in here besides grains. If there is, I'm assuming a touch of rice. If there's not, assuming a little bit of an attenuation, a little bit of residual sugar. Done and done. That's all there is to this beer. There's not. It's not like gonna rewrite the books when it comes to macro lager, slash macro adjunct lager. But it's also, there's ones like I said can do a bit better for me. If I had this up against, like I said, High Life or Jenny Cream Ale or something along those lines, yeah, those other ones kind of suit me a bit better. But if we start to go down the line a little bit longer, I think this kind of starts to get up there for me and something I wouldn't mind, especially, like I said, ripping up some barbecue, cutting some lawns, doing that kind of stuff. That's what this beer exists for, and it does a pretty good job of it. So there you go. That's all I got for it. There's really not much to it. It's inoffensive, but at the same time, it's not showy in anything outside of that touch of extra sweetness. Well made, nothing as far as off flavor or anything like that. Done and done. Yeah, we're done. That's it. So yeah, let's talk about one of the better adjunct or macro lagers, we should say, I've had as of late. It's fine. It's tasty. It's not Mount Rushmore status for me. Value and availability, I actually don't know. I got a little card note thing. I don't think we talked about price. It was just like, hey, thanks for checking this out. I don't even know if this is available out in my area. I'll have to look. I'll see. But I'm assuming where it is available, it's off a shelf. I assume it's a really great price point. Yeah, I'm assuming you can get something like this. This is all straight assumptions for me, but a sixer of pounders like this, I'm assuming you're flirting at $10 or less. And leave with if you like what we like this. If you like macro adjunct lager, you don't want a bunch of showy hops, and you don't mind a little bit of a little extra malt forwardness, a little extra sweetness. There you go. We're reviewing the books. Hopefully you enjoyed. So yeah, Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing podcasts and stuff? He used to do that stuff. Still exists out there. You can go check it. Montucky Cold Snacks. Do they have a brewery? Have you been to the brewery? Have had this beer? If you've had this beer, what are your thoughts on this beer? You dig it? You love it? All your thoughts. Let's talk about it down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying chugger beers right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.